Morning, we are here today at the start of the Prologue Day route for SOE 2023. I'm at Blue Balls Bike Cafe and we're gonna take you guys for a little ride and orientation. We're going to be showing you the entire route pretty much, including some new stuff which you may not have seen before. My name is Wilson Loh and I'm the event director for the Singapore Open Enduro. We are going to meet up with some riders along the way today as we go through the Prologue Day as well as the race day routes. So stay tuned, alright? This is going to be fun. So on the Prologue Day itself, we start with practice session followed by the actual time run. So now the start and finish will actually be here at Blue Balls Bike Cafe. Kudos to them for allowing us to use this space. Alright, so the Vamos bike shop, which is next to the cafe, is closed right now, but on the day itself, everything will be pumping here. Alright, you can actually see bike racks which are over here. People will be laid up over here. People are going to be gathering over here, and there's going to be a washing point here, and so on. But I think what you guys are all interested in is the actual execution of the race route. So here we are, we've got the GPS running. And we are going to make sure that we go through exactly what you are going to experience. Alright? We're going to ride through some pavement, some PCN, some road, and then of course the trail itself. Alright? So we are going to be starting from here, turning right. Let's go. So there's usually a bunch of traffic at this time of the morning. It can be quite hectic. So we're going to stay on the pavement here. And we're going to go by the back way. We're going to leave Blue Balls Cafe here. All of this will be marked on the day itself, of course. Alright, there will be trail markings or course markings along the way. Okay, so we're going to just execute this portion of the route. It's kind of a back alley. Minimal marshals along the course, so you're gonna have to really rely on the course markings to get your way around here. There's a little bit of pavement riding, you know. It makes sense to adhere to all regulations regarding speed limits, especially when you're on the pavement. Okay, so we're actually going to be riding along this stretch here. We're just going to cut through the car park here. Case in point, this is a really great car park for you guys to actually park your vehicle if you're driving to the event. This is one of the car park options you can take. This one's a bit of a funny one, really high step there, so we're going to avoid that. So we're along the pavement right now. So, but it doesn't seem like much, but we're actually entering like an old warehouse area, and this is actually the start of quite a new stretch of park connector. This is called the Pasir Panjang Park Connector, or PCN. Okay, over there you can see a bunch of cars. I believe there is ample parking for all of us who are driving to the event. Okay, my car's over there. You do need to watch out for any zones where you are liable to be wheel clamped though, especially on the back side of this building over here. This is the huge warehouse building, so we're going to try and avoid that. I just want to point out at this time that there's no need to actually park up on Kent Ridge itself where Vigilante Drive is. Okay, I'll show you that in a bit, but right now this is a dedicated bike path, so keeping to a speed limit of under 25 kilometers per hour. Okay, we are coming to the back of the food center now. So I'm not sure if you want to get breakfast or something, this is probably a good place to go before you actually start your practice or start your Saturday attempt. Okay, there's going to be marshals along the way here. You want to be aware of crossing pedestrians and stay away from the pedestrian-only path. Okay, so this is where the bikes are allowed on. This timing is pretty much close to the timing where we are going to be having our practice period. Our practice period is going to be from 7 AM to 10 AM, and this is one of the key crossings, the first crossing we're going to execute for our route on Saturday. Okay, we're going to look for traffic both ways. And here we're going to continue up onto the park connector, the next bit here. Along this way there's going to be more course marking, so it's really important that you know when to turn off. A bit of a bend in the PCN, and you can actually see over there is a footpath. So we're just going to cut across the grass. Okay, there's no other clear path to go across, so I just want to make sure you exercise caution when you're doing this. Cut across, look both ways. It could be pedestrians, it could be other people riding bikes. And then we are going to be crossing at this traffic light. Okay, you're going to make sure that we cross safely here. So there's going to be marshals along this way, and I want to point out at this point that this route is a two-way route. Okay, that means the path that we just took on the PCN on the way out before the stage is the same path we're going to take when we go in the reverse direction back to the cafe. Okay, we'll be going along the PCN again. We'll be taking instructions from the marshals. We'll be looking at the same course markings when we head back. Okay, should you be deviating off the course? This is one of the questions I get a lot. You're free to deviate, but you need to make sure that you rejoin the course where you left off. Okay, if not, you're liable to get lost, and we don't want you to get lost on the course. As long as you follow the course markings, and there's going to be plenty of them, you are going to be fine. We're not going to travel in packs of more than 10 people. Okay, so we're going to be setting you off in waves of 10 or less. So the same applies when you're actually on the road. So we're going to actually hop onto the road just over there. We're going to cross a bunch of pedestrian crossings over here, and then South Buena Vista Road is over there. We're going to make sure that we get onto it. This is the part where you actually want to jump onto the road, South Buena Vista Road over here. So all this will be marshaled, so we just have to make sure we cross really carefully. Okay, and the transition from being a pedestrian to being a road user is just so. Okay, this place will be marshaled. Now there's markings along the road, along the lamppost here. Okay, so as long as we move up the road in groups of 10 or less, we should be fine. Time now is just over 10 minutes. You've covered about 1.8 km. So this is the part where you probably want to pay the most attention. So Vigilante Drive is here. This is the steep climb up on the road. This place will be marshaled. Someone's going to be on the corner here to direct you on the path. So obviously you're going to have to watch the traffic here. If you hear traffic behind you, just take it easy. Also look out for traffic coming the other way. This is a fairly sensible approach to make. Sorry.
You there?
Yeah.
And then now we are on the uphill here. We are 2.6 km into our ride. We should be meeting a few people here actually. Let's see who's up for a bit of filming today. Hey, Yaw. I don't know, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, you might actually do some follow cam with Yaw from Redwood Racing. Thanks, Yaw, for joining us today. Okay, we go in first. We go in the XC trail. Bro, see you later. Yeah. So down here actually we marshaled. A lot of people down here. The entry to the trail, right, they are going to use this easier path on the left here, this flat one. So we avoid the technical climb further down. Yeah. So this is the entry. Hey, later when we start the stage, just go at your 75%. Yeah, yeah. I want to still be able to talk later. Okay, this is all transfer stage still, so just making sure that we take it easy. Still transfer stage. And then we are getting near to the start of the time stage already. This is where the time stage will be. So the marshal will be standing at this pink cone, pink ribbon. The start sensor will be further down, that one, the next one. So this one is the full XC line. No shortcuts, obviously. You ready? Okay, Yaw, let's go. Take it away. This is the start of our Prologue stage. Sneaky lines here. There's a couple of line choices. Yeah, we take that first shortcut off. That's not happening. Then we are coming here. Uphill pedaling. There's a lot of traversing on this stage, but the fun stuff is pretty much in the middle, as well as the lower section. It gets a bit more technical. Second shortcut that's been blocked off. Please respect the shortcut blocks. Do not take them during practice. Okay. Okay, we're coming to the first like real double black section. Let's just see what kind of line Yaw takes. Oh yeah, I like the line. That's a really good line, inside line there. This is a part that could really make a difference for riders who are contenders for the podium. It's not that bad to get a good flow over here. This is a new erosion part where you really have to stay up high and then go through these off cambers. The traction is actually really good. You just have to maybe get some practice in on this section. So this could be a bit awkward. There might be a lack of flow here. So Yaw has less gear range than I do, but he's still hammering at a great pace here. You want to make sure you make this left turn. Going through this section here. There's a few funky uphills which you need to be aware of. Yaw with the lower range gearing, he really has to use momentum to carry through. You can see the technique. Still going on.
a couple of tricky uphills on this course, so you want to make sure that you're on the correct gearing for this. Don't be caught unawares. Over here, some inside line action there. So coming up, we have a location which offers a lot of line choice. Anywhere is good. Oh, I'm not sure if we'll use that line, Yaw. Maybe we close it up. Yeah, but it's okay. Open to interpretation for the most part. And this is the end of the stage. Woo! Okay. Nice one, bro. Wow, nice. Not race speed, but still very smooth. So after you had a bit of a rest, you catch your breath, and then you commence a transfer stage back to the cafe. Yeah, I was gonna turn right, so am I. Let's keep going. Prologue stage done. Time now is 26 minutes since the cafe, so plenty generous, keeping in mind that we didn't queue. So thanks, Yaw. We might see you on our next stage. The stages at Bukit Timah and Chestnut. We'll talk a bit more about that when we get there. Okay, safe drive there. Catch you later, bro. We're going to hit the marshals on this corner here and turn back down this way. Alright, then we're going to go down the road. Okay? Okay, we're taking the route down right now, back towards the cafe. Once you are across the road on the other side where Pasir Panjang Park is, it's pretty straightforward. You're just retracing the original route you took to get here in reverse. Just gonna go along the zebra crossings here. We're back at the same junction. So you'll probably see some of the riders still making their way up there, those that haven't completed their stage yet. You as a person who have completed your prologue stage, you cross here, then you turn left. Back towards that location there, where the entrance to the PCN is. Okay, crossing. It's a bit of a wait here. That's okay. We'll wait. There we go. We can cross. We still got to wait for the next one though. Okay, back on the PCN. Just gonna make sure we get back onto the correct PCN here. We have a crossing, and now we're back proper. Now we're gonna head back all the way in the direction that we came from. So, inclusive of waiting time at the traffic lights and possibly waiting time in the queue at the start of the prologue stage, we're looking at a time of about, it says 43 minutes on my watch now. We're probably closer to an hour, I'd say. Hopefully you don't get delayed on the transfer up to the prologue stage. Distance covered so far, 5.9 kilometers. So a really short day, short morning really. Leaves you plenty of time to do other stuff. Let's watch the traffic and let's make another crossing here. Let's be mindful of pedestrians, and we are crossing this spot here. Thank you. Alright, if you recall, we were up on Kent Ridge and you saw there's a public car park there. We would advise people to not do illegal parking along Vigilante Drive, along the road leading up to the car park itself, up at Kent Ridge. So plenty of parking here. Spectators, family and friends and supporters of the riders, we advise you guys to actually park here as well in this area. Plenty of parking on either side. We are just at the Blue Balls Bike Cafe, which is on my left over here. We're going to head back in there in a moment. So just keep in mind that we want to make sure that we're able to hold this event again around the same time next year. Okay, that should give you some clues as to how we need to be on our best behavior when it comes to parking. So speaking of parking, we're just going to cut back across this car park here. A little bit of public parking here. It's nice. Little jump. We do a little bit of a cut across here. It's fairly straightforward. Do watch for parking, as in parked cars as well as moving cars here. We'll just cross the road and then duck into the back alley behind the shop houses. And we're pretty much on the home stretch at this point. Try to refrain from any reckless riding at this point. You definitely want to go slow. Lots of blind corners. There could be animals around. People on their morning stroll. Cafe is just around the corner here, and we are back at our home stretch. Just use a little bit of pavement here. And we are on the home stretch here. There. So we've come to the end of our Prologue run, or Prologue Day proceedings. You can park our bikes along here, head to Blue Balls Bike Cafe, grab a bite, get some water, maybe get your bike cleaned over there. We'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, our supporters, our fans, and most importantly our participants for making this race possible. We'd like to thank all our various enablers and the bodies who've approved this race to make it a reality. So I'm really grateful, and I hope to see you all on race weekend. And I'll see you in our next video where we actually catch up on the race day stage, Sunday's proceedings. Ciao!